Did you know that the way you sleep tonight could determine how long you live tomorrow? Imagine this. A man in his 70s goes to bed after a heavy dinner, tosses restlessly all night, and wakes up feeling exhausted. He blames age, but in reality, the silent damage has already begun. His heart strained, his memory dulled, his immune system weakened. Seniors often put all their focus on food and exercise, but overlook one of the most powerful medicines of all: sleep. And hidden in your nightly routine are seven deadly mistakes that silently shorten life, damage the heart, and fuel disease. Picture two seniors, one lying restless, sweating under bright lights, battling snores that cut oxygen to the brain, and another resting deeply, their body healing, repairing, and renewing itself. The difference isn't age, it's choices. And tonight, your choices can either build life or steal it. Let's uncover these seven deadly sleep mistakes so you can avoid them and give your body the chance to heal, grow stronger, and protect you for years to come. Picture this. It's 9:30 at night. You've just enjoyed a rich dinner, meat, potatoes, maybe dessert. You're satisfied, maybe even a little drowsy. The TV is humming in the background. And before you know it, you shuffle straight from the dinner table to the bedroom, collapsing into bed. You think you're doing something harmless, maybe even natural, but what's actually happening inside your body is the start of a silent war, one that can rob you of health, vitality, and even years of life. Science has shown us time and again that the human body operates like a symphony. Every system has a rhythm, a timing. When we eat, the digestive system becomes the conductor, orchestrating enzymes, stomach acid, and hormones to break down food and absorb nutrients. But here's a problem: digestion is energy intensive. It demands blood flow, muscle contractions, and even hormonal signaling. When you lie down immediately after eating, you force your body to choose: should it rest and repair, or should it work overtime digesting that meal? The truth is, it can't do both effectively. Instead of healing and restoring, the very thing sleep is designed to do, your body is stuck grinding away at food. This leads to acid reflux, the uncomfortable backflow of stomach acid into the esophagus. You may feel it as burning in the chest, or you may not feel it at all. But whether or not you feel the symptoms, that acid silently irritates your throat, weakens your esophageal lining, and even increases the risk of cancer when repeated night after night. Seniors are particularly vulnerable because the muscles that keep stomach acid in place weaken with age. Beyond reflux, eating heavy before bed wreaks havoc on your blood sugar. When you sleep with a stomach full of carbs or sugar, your blood glucose levels spike and crash unpredictably. Instead of steady repair, your body gets tossed into metabolic chaos. Over time, this disrupts insulin sensitivity, contributing to diabetes, weight gain, and inflammation. And for seniors already more prone to these conditions, the consequences can be devastating. Studies have even shown that late night eating is linked to higher risks of stroke and heart attack, silent killers that often strike during sleep. So, what can you do? The first step is timing. Give yourself at least 2-3 hours between your last meal and bedtime. This simple change allows digestion to finish while you're still awake, freeing your body to switch into repair mode once you're asleep. If you find yourself hungry before bed, choose wisely. Reach for something light and sleep friendly: a banana rich in magnesium, a handful of nuts for healthy fats, or a small cup of yogurt with natural probiotics. These foods calm the nervous system, stabilize blood sugar, and actually support better sleep. Another key is portion control. Seniors don't need as many calories late in the day, yet many still eat their largest meal at dinner. Shifting more of your calories earlier, breakfast or lunch, and keeping dinner lighter can dramatically improve how you sleep. Think soups, salads, steamed vegetables, or a piece of fish. Not only will you sleep better, but your digestion, metabolism, and heart health will thank you. And let's not forget hydration. Drinking too much liquid before bed, especially sugary drinks or alcohol, is another mistake tied to heavy evening meals. Alcohol may make you feel drowsy, but it fragments sleep, disrupts deep cycles, and leaves your body dehydrated. Water is essential, but try to limit intake 1 hour before bed so your sleep isn't interrupted by multiple bathroom trips. Remember, sleep is the body's repair shop. When you burden it with a heavy meal before bed, you're essentially asking the repair crew to clean, build, and heal while carrying extra weight on their backs. They can't do their job well, and the entire system suffers. But when you allow digestion to complete before rest, you gift your body the chance to focus entirely on restoration, rebuilding muscle, repairing DNA, strengthening the immune system, and refreshing the brain. Tonight, before you close your eyes, ask yourself, am I going to bed in a way that heals me or harms me? That small decision, whether to step away from the dinner table and give your body time or to head straight to bed, could mean the difference between a restless night and a restorative one, between decline and renewal. When most people think of sleep, they picture themselves drifting into dreams without much thought of how they're lying in bed. But your sleep position is not just a matter of comfort, it's a matter of health, longevity, and survival. For seniors, the way you position your body at night can either protect your heart, lungs, spine, and brain, or silently strain them until they weaken. Let's imagine two scenarios. In one, a senior sleeps flat on their back, chin tilted slightly upward. To the outside observer, it seems harmless, peaceful, even. But inside, gravity is pulling the tongue and soft tissues of the throat backward, narrowing the airway. Breathing becomes shallow, snoring begins, oxygen drops in the blood, the heart struggles harder to pump. All this while the sleeper has no idea it's happening. In another scenario, a senior chooses to sleep on the left side. The airway remains open, the heart pumps more efficiently, digestion flows downward with gravity, and the body rests in harmony. One position accelerates decline, the other extends life. Stomach sleeping, in particular, is one of the most damaging positions as we age. Pressing your face and chest into the mattress compresses the lungs and puts unnatural pressure on the spine. For seniors who already face challenges like reduced lung capacity, arthritis, or fragile bones, this can lead to neck pain, nerve irritation, and even chronic back problems. Over time, it robs you of energy and mobility during the day. Science confirms that sleep position deeply affects cardiovascular and neurological health. For example, research shows that left side sleeping improves circulation, particularly for people with heart issues, because it reduces pressure on the large vein that returns blood to the heart. Meanwhile, back sleeping, especially in those with sleep apnea, can worsen pauses in breathing, starving the brain of oxygen, and increasing risk of memory loss, strokes, and dementia. But here's the hopeful truth. Changing your sleep position is a simple, powerful intervention. You don't need expensive devices or medications. You need awareness, intention, and the right environment. For seniors who struggle to stay on their side through the night, supportive pillows are the solution. Placing one pillow behind your back and another between your knees creates stability, making it harder to roll onto your stomach or back. This simple adjustment aligns the hips, reduces pressure on joints, and keeps the spine in a healthier posture. Head positioning matters too. A pillow that's too high can bend the neck unnaturally, straining the cervical spine and narrowing the airway. A pillow too flat can leave the head unsupported. The ideal pillow supports the natural curve of your neck while keeping your head aligned with the rest of your body. Think of it as scaffolding that keeps your body's architecture strong during the hours of repair. For those with acid reflux or heartburn, elevating the head slightly by 6-8 inches can prevent stomach acid from creeping upward into the esophagus, a common problem for seniors who may also be taking medications that weaken the valve between the stomach and throat. A simple wedge pillow or adjustable bed can transform nights of burning discomfort into peaceful, healing rest. Now, you might ask, does it really matter? The answer is yes, profoundly. Studies show that sleep positions influence not only how you breathe and circulate blood, but also how the brain cleans itself. During deep sleep, the brain activates a unique cleaning system, flushing out toxins linked to memory decline and Alzheimer's disease. Side sleeping, especially on the left, enhances this cleansing effect. Imagine something as simple as turning to your side could reduce your risk of neurodegeneration. That is the power of sleep posture. The message here is clear. The position you fall asleep in sets the stage for how your body repairs, rejuvenates, and protects itself. Seniors cannot afford to dismiss it as a small detail. It is a life shaping choice repeated night after night, year after year. So before you drift off tonight, ask yourself, am I lying in a way that opens my airway, supports my spine, and eases my heart's work? Or am I unknowingly choosing the path of strain, suffocation, and silent damage? The answer lies not in a pill bottle, not in another doctor's prescription, but in something as simple and accessible as turning onto your side. One small shift, and your body gains the freedom to heal the way it was designed to. For many seniors, the battle with sleepless nights can feel relentless. You lie awake, staring at the ceiling, wishing for the peace of sleep to finally arrive. Out of frustration, you pour yourself a glass of wine or reach for that little white pill the doctor prescribed. At first, it feels like the perfect solution. Your body relaxes, your eyes grow heavy, and you drift off. Problem solved, right? Not quite, because what feels like sleep is often nothing more than sedation, and sedation is not the same as true restorative rest. Science has revealed a startling truth. Alcohol and sleeping pills are imposters. They don't deliver the healing rhythms of deep sleep and REM sleep, the very stages your brain and body depend on for memory, repair, and rejuvenation. Instead, they fragment sleep cycles, cutting off the brain's ability to fully recharge. That's why many who rely on these aids wake up groggy, foggy, and still tired. They've been unconscious, yes, but they haven't truly rested. Let's talk about alcohol first. A glass of wine or whiskey may make you drowsy, but inside it's sabotaging your nervous system. Alcohol suppresses REM sleep, the stage where the brain processes emotions, consolidates memory, and cleans away toxins linked to Alzheimer's disease. Without REM, the brain ages faster. Alcohol also relaxes the muscles of the throat, worsening snoring and sleep apnea. That means oxygen levels drop, blood pressure spikes, and the risk of heart attack increases, especially dangerous for seniors already vulnerable to cardiovascular disease. Now consider sleeping pills. Millions of seniors take them nightly, believing they're safe and necessary, but research shows that long-term use of prescription sleep medications comes at a heavy cost. These drugs often alter brain chemistry, leading to dependence and tolerance, meaning you need more over time to get the same effect. Worse still, studies link chronic use to higher risks of falls, fractures, depression, memory loss, and even dementia. The brain, instead of being nourished by natural sleep, is dulled by chemicals that rob it of its restorative power. But here's the good news. There are safer, more effective ways to fall asleep and stay asleep, methods that don't sacrifice your health for a few hours of unconsciousness. The first is to build a calming pre-sleep ritual. Your brain loves routine. Dim the lights an hour before bed, sip on chamomile or valerian tea, listen to gentle music, or practice deep breathing exercises. These signals tell your body it's time to slow down. Over time, the brain begins to associate these rituals with sleep, making it easier to drift off naturally. That's actually what encrypted sleep. Another key is managing stress. Many seniors lie awake because their minds are racing. Writing in a journal before bed, practicing gratitude, or meditating for just 10 minutes can clear mental clutter and allow the nervous system to relax. Even simple stretching can ease tension in muscles and joints, making the body more comfortable for sleep. Nutrition plays a role too. Foods rich in magnesium, like bananas, nuts, and leafy greens, help relax muscles and calm the nervous system. Avoid caffeine and sugar in the late afternoon and evening, as they stimulate the brain long past the moment you consume them. And perhaps most importantly, treat the root cause, not the symptom. If you struggle with insomnia, ask why. Is it stress, pain, sleep apnea, poor sleep hygiene? Addressing these underlying issues leads to lasting change, while pills only mask the problem. The truth is clear. Alcohol and sleeping pills may feel like shortcuts, but they are costly detours. They rob the brain of deep sleep, weaken memory, increase disease risk, and make aging more fragile. But you are not powerless. By choosing natural sleep rituals, stress management, and supportive nutrition, you can retrain your body to rest deeply without the crutch of substances that harm more than they heal. Tonight, you face a choice. Will you surrender your nights to false sleep, or will you reclaim them as a sanctuary of repair? Remember, the goal is not just to be unconscious, the goal is to restore, renew, and strengthen. Alcohol and pills can never give you that, but your own daily choices can. Imagine the scene. It's late evening, a senior sitting in bed with the television glowing, phone in hand, scrolling through endless news headlines or messages. The room is bathed in artificial light, the kind of blue white glow that tricks the brain into believing it's still daytime. They eventually put the phone down, close their eyes, and wait for sleep. But inside their body, sleep hormones are suppressed, the brain's circadian rhythm is confused, and what should be a night of repair becomes a restless struggle. Science tells us that light is one of the most powerful forces shaping our sleep, the body's internal clock. The circadian rhythm is guided by signals from the environment, and the strongest of these signals is light. When the sun rises, light enters the eyes and tells the brain to produce cortisol, the hormone that wakes us up. When the sun sets, darkness cues the brain to release melatonin, the hormone that helps us fall asleep. But here's the problem. In the modern world, the sun no longer dictates our rhythms. Screens and artificial lights do. For seniors, this disruption is particularly dangerous. With age, the natural production of melatonin already declines. Add the glow of tablets, TVs, and smartphones, and melatonin levels drop even further. The result? Longer time to fall asleep, lighter sleep throughout the night, and less restorative deep sleep. Without deep sleep, the brain can't clear toxins linked to dementia, the heart doesn't get the chance to slow and repair, and the immune system becomes weaker against infections and disease. The type of light matters too. Blue light, which comes from LED bulbs, televisions, and especially smartphones, is the most disruptive. Research shows that exposure to blue light in the evening delays melatonin release by as much as 90 minutes. That means even if you think you're getting to bed at a reasonable hour, your body's internal clock has been pushed back, leaving you wired when you should be rested. But the effects don't stop there. Light exposure at night has been linked to increased risk of obesity, diabetes, and even cancer. Why? Because when your circadian rhythm is disrupted, every system in the body, from metabolism to hormone balance, gets thrown off track. Think of your body like a finely tuned orchestra. When the conductor's rhythm is steady, the music is harmonious. But when bright light scrambles the timing, the whole performance falls apart. The good news is this: you have the power to reset the rhythm. Start by dimming lights at least 1 hour before bedtime. Replace harsh overhead bulbs with warm, low-level lighting like lamps or nightlights. Think of your environment as a signal to your brain. It's time to slow down. Screens require discipline too. Turn off televisions, put away tablets, and silence smartphones an hour before bed. If you must use a device, apply a blue light filter or wear glasses that block blue light. Even better, replace screen time with activities that naturally soothe the brain. Reading a physical book, listening to calm music, or practicing gentle breathing exercises. Nature offers another solution. Embrace morning light. Step outside within the first hour of waking and expose your eyes to natural daylight. This anchors your circadian rhythm, making it easier for your brain to release melatonin at the right time in the evening. Seniors who practice this simple habit often report falling asleep faster and waking up more refreshed. Some might think, but I've lived with bright lights and screens for years. It's too late for me. That's not true. Research shows that even a single week of reducing evening light exposure can dramatically improve sleep quality. Your body is waiting for the chance to heal, and all it needs is the darkness it was designed for. So tonight, as you prepare for bed, ask yourself, is my room signaling daylight or darkness? Am I bathing my brain in confusion or allowing it to release the very hormones that protect me? One decision to turn off the screen, dim the light, and embrace the night can be the difference between a restless mind and a body that repairs itself fully. Darkness is not the enemy, it is medicine. And when you honor it, you give your body the gift of true rest, the kind that lengthens life and strengthens every part of you. For many seniors, snoring is brushed off as nothing more than an annoyance. A spouse complains, a roommate loses sleep, but the snorer shrugs and says, it's just part of getting older. But science has revealed a chilling truth. What seems like harmless noise may actually be a warning sign of one of the most dangerous sleep disorders, sleep apnea. And ignoring it can silently rob the brain, strain the heart, and even cut years off your life. Here's what happens. During sleep, the muscles of the throat relax. In some people, especially seniors, this relaxation allows the airway to collapse or become blocked. Breathing stops. For seconds at a time, oxygen is cut off. The brain panics, jolts the body awake, and forces a gasp or snore to restart breathing. This can happen dozens, even hundreds of times a night. The person may never fully wake up, but their sleep is shattered into fragments, denying them the deep rest they desperately need. The dangers of sleep apnea are staggering. Every time oxygen drops, the heart works harder, blood pressure spikes, and stress hormones flood the body. Over time, this repeated strain increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and dementia. Studies have shown that untreated sleep apnea can double the risk of premature death. Seniors with existing conditions like high blood pressure or obesity are even more vulnerable, and yet many never even get diagnosed. Why? Because the symptoms are often dismissed. Loud snoring, morning headaches, constant fatigue, difficulty concentrating. These are waved away as just aging, but they're not aging, they're red flags. If you wake up tired even after a full night in bed, if you nod off during the day, or if someone has witnessed you stop breathing in your sleep, these are signs you cannot afford to ignore. The hopeful news is this: sleep apnea is treatable. Medical testing can confirm the diagnosis, and solutions range from simple lifestyle changes to effective devices. Losing excess weight, for example, can significantly reduce apnea episodes because extra tissue in the throat is one of the causes of airway collapse. Avoiding alcohol and sedatives before bed helps too, since they relax throat muscles further. Even sleeping on your side instead of your back can improve airflow and reduce snoring. But for those with moderate to severe apnea, technology provides a lifeline. CPAP, continuous positive airway pressure machines, though sometimes intimidating at first, keep the airway open by gently blowing air through a mask. Seniors who commit to CPAP therapy often report life-changing results: better energy, sharper memory, healthier blood pressure, and improved mood. It is not just about sleep. It is about giving oxygen back to the brain and heart night after night. Another option for some is oral appliances, specially fitted devices that reposition the jaw or tongue to keep the airway clear. These are less invasive, more comfortable for certain people, and effective for mild to moderate cases. The key is not to suffer in silence or assume snoring is harmless, but to seek evaluation and treatment tailored to your needs. Think of sleep apnea like a thief. Every night it robs your body of oxygen, energy, and years of life. But unlike many diseases, this thief can be caught and stopped with the right intervention. You don't have to accept constant fatigue, foggy mornings, or the silent risks to your heart and brain. Ask yourself, When was the last time I truly woke up refreshed, ready for the day? If the answer is, I can't remember, it may be time to investigate what's happening during your sleep. Ignoring the signs only gives the disorder more time to cause damage, but confronting it can restore not only your nights, but also your days. Tonight, as you lay down, remember this: snoring is not just noise, it is communication. It is your body signaling that something is wrong. Listen to it, address it. Because sleep apnea is not just about sleep, it's about survival. We often think of sleep as something that happens inside the body, hormones shifting, the brain relaxing, the heart slowing down. But here's the truth most seniors overlook: your external environment can make or break the quality of your rest. The bedroom, the very place meant to be a sanctuary of renewal, can instead become a source of stress, discomfort, and disease if the conditions are wrong. Think about it. You step into your bedroom at night, the air feels stuffy, the temperature's either too hot or too cold, a neighbor's dog barks in the distance, the street light leaks through the window, and your mattress feels like it's fought 1,000 battles. You may still fall asleep, but the rest you get will be shallow, fragmented, and unhealing. Contrast that with walking into a cool, dark, quiet room. The air fresh, the bed inviting, the atmosphere calming. Immediately your body feels safe and your brain releases the signals that say it's time to restore. The difference isn't luck, it's environment. Let's start with temperature. Research has consistently shown that humans sleep best in a slightly cool environment, about 65, 67 DEGF, 18, 19 DGC. Why? Because the body naturally lowers its core temperature as part of the sleep process. If your room is too warm, your body struggles to cool down, and this raises your heart rate, disrupts deep sleep, and increases night wakings. Seniors are especially sensitive to this because age reduces the ability to regulate body temperature efficiently. On the other hand, rooms that are too cold can trigger discomfort, joint stiffness, or frequent trips to adjust blankets, again, breaking up precious rest cycles. Noise is another silent destroyer. Even if you don't fully wake up, studies show that background noise, traffic, television, or even a ticking clock activates stress centers in the brain. This elevates cortisol, the stress hormone, and reduces time spent in restorative deep sleep. Over years, these micro disturbances add up, fueling fatigue, poor memory, and increased risk of heart disease. The fix: eliminate unnecessary noise. Use earplugs, soundproof curtains, or a white noise machine to create a steady, soothing soundscape that masks disruption. Light is equally important. Seniors are often more light sensitive, and even a small glow from a street lamp, alarm clock, or charging phone can suppress melatonin production. Remember, melatonin is the brain's sleep hormone. If it's disrupted, your body may never enter its full repair cycles. The solution? Invest in blackout curtains, cover electronics that emit light, and make darkness a non negotiable part of your bedroom. The bed itself matters too. A worn out mattress or unsupportive pillow can lead to joint pain, back problems, and restless tossing. Since seniors may already face arthritis, spinal changes, or weaker muscles, investing in a supportive mattress and ergonomic pillows isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Pillows placed strategically between the knees or under the neck can improve spinal alignment, reducing pain and promoting deeper rest. Air quality is another overlooked factor. Bedrooms that are dusty, poorly ventilated, or filled with allergens from pets or old carpets can trigger congestion, coughing, or asthma. When the airway is irritated, sleep becomes fragmented. Simple fixes like an air purifier, regular cleaning, or even opening a window for fresh air can make an enormous difference. And let's not forget the role of clutter. A messy, chaotic bedroom tells the brain that the environment is unsafe or unfinished, triggering subtle stress responses. Seniors who declutter and design their bedrooms as peaceful spaces often report easier transitions into sleep. Add calming touches like soft lighting, clean sheets, and soothing colors. Your brain responds to cues, and a serene environment cues healing. The truth is this: the bedroom is not just where you sleep, it is your body's repair room, your sanctuary of healing. But if it is noisy, bright, cluttered, or uncomfortable, it becomes a battlefield instead. Seniors cannot afford to let their environment sabotage the very hours meant to restore their health. So tonight, ask yourself, is my bedroom helping me heal or is it harming me? With just a few changes, cooler air, darker space, quieter surroundings, cleaner air, a supportive bed, you can transform your nights into powerful sessions of renewal. Remember, you cannot control the passage of time, but you can control the environment where time repairs you. And that choice can add years of strength, clarity, and vitality to your life. When people think of deadly sleep mistakes, they imagine dramatic things, choking from sleep apnea or tossing and turning after a heavy meal. But one of the most overlooked dangers is far more subtle, yet just as destructive: inconsistency. Seniors who go to bed at random times, wake up at different hours, or nap without rhythm confuse the very system that governs health itself, the body's internal clock, the circadian rhythm. This internal clock is not just about sleep, it's the master regulator of nearly every biological process, from hormone release to metabolism, from heart rate to immune defense. When your sleep schedule is steady, your circadian rhythm hums like a well tuned orchestra with every instrument playing in sync. But when your bedtime shifts wildly from night to night, the orchestra falls into chaos. Hormones are released at the wrong times, digestion runs off beat, and the brain struggles to know when to rest or repair. For seniors, this inconsistency is especially harmful. Age naturally reduces flexibility in the circadian rhythm. That means the older you are, the harder it becomes for your body to recover from irregular sleep. Research shows that seniors with inconsistent sleep schedules face higher risks of diabetes, obesity, depression, heart disease, and even cognitive decline. And yet, many seniors unintentionally sabotage themselves by going to bed later on some nights, waking earlier on others, or oversleeping during the day to make up for lost rest. The body does not work like a bank account. You cannot deposit extra hours today to pay for the debt of yesterday. The consequences are not just long term. Even in the short term, irregular sleep wreaks havoc on daily life. Seniors often report grogginess, poor balance, and slower reaction times after inconsistent nights, all of which increase the risk of falls and accidents. Memory and focus also take a hit, making everyday tasks more frustrating and dangerous. It's not simply about being tired, it's about losing the sharpness and resilience needed for independence. So, what's the solution? The key is rhythm. Your body craves predictability. The simplest and most powerful fix is to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, yes, even on weekends. When you do this, your brain begins releasing sleep hormones like melatonin at the same time each evening. Your body temperature, heart rate, and metabolism align with this pattern, making it easier to fall asleep quickly and wake up refreshed. Um, but consistency doesn't happen by accident, it requires intentional choices. Start by choosing a bedtime that allows for at least 7, 8 hours of sleep and stick to it. Anchor your mornings with exposure to natural light within the first hour of waking. This tells your brain the day has begun and resets the internal clock. At night, dim lights and create rituals that signal the day is done. Over time, this consistency trains your body like a metronome. Napping deserves attention too. Short naps of 20, 30 minutes can be refreshing, but long or late naps disrupt the circadian rhythm, delaying nighttime sleep. Seniors should avoid long daytime sleeping. That throws off the body's timing. If you feel drowsy, a brisk walk, stretching, or even splashing cool water on your face can be a healthier alternative. Many seniors say, but my sleep is naturally broken, it's just aging. While aging can bring changes, inconsistency makes those changes worse. And science shows that even in later years, a regular sleep schedule dramatically improves energy, mood, and cognitive function. The rhythm is repair. The steadier it is, the more powerful the healing. So tonight, before you drift off, ask yourself, is my sleep schedule aligned or is it random? Am I treating my body like a finely tuned clock or like a machine forced to run without direction? The answer will determine not just how you feel tomorrow, but how resilient your health remains in the years ahead. Consistency is not restrictive, it is liberating. It frees your body from confusion and gives your brain the chance to do what it was designed for: repair, refresh, and restore. One schedule every night, every morning. That simple discipline can add not just years to your life, but clarity, vitality, and strength to every single day you live. Seniors, think back on the journey we've just walked through together. 7 hidden mistakes. Mistakes so common that most people dismiss them as harmless habits. But now you know the truth. These mistakes are not small, they are silent thieves. Systems bred, going to bed on a heavy stomach, lying in the wrong position, relying on alcohol or pills, bathing your brain in light at midnight, ignoring the signs of sleep apnea, living in an unhealthy bedroom, or drifting through life with no sleep schedule. Each one chips away at your health, your memory, your heart, and your very longevity. But here's the powerful truth: you are not powerless against them. These are not chains you cannot break. These are choices, choices that can be unmade, habits that can be rewritten, routines that can be reborn. And the best part? Change can begin tonight, not tomorrow, it's not someday, but the very moment you lay down your head. Science has shown us that sleep is not passive. It is not just closing your eyes and drifting away. Sleep is active medicine. When you enter deep sleep, your heart slows and repairs itself. Your brain cleans away toxins that fuel dementia. Your immune system rallies its soldiers to fight disease. Your metabolism resets, your hormones balance, your body heals. Every hour of quality sleep is like taking the most powerful prescription, one written not by a doctor, but by the wisdom of your own biology. Think of it this way: every night is an opportunity to give your body what no pill, no surgery, no therapy can ever fully provide: the chance to repair itself. But the opportunity is fragile. It depends on you, on whether you choose to eat lightly, position yourself wisely, respect the darkness, and honor the rhythm of night and day. It depends on whether you ignore the warning signs or answer them. Picture your future. Imagine yourself not weighed down by fatigue, not chained by grogginess, but rising each morning with clarity, energy, and purpose. Imagine a heart that beats steadily because it is well rested. Imagine a mind that remembers, learns, and delights because it has been cleansed by the power of REM sleep. Imagine years added to your life, not just in number, but in vitality. Years in which you can walk, think, laugh, and love with strength. That future is not a fantasy, it is the result of one simple, repeated choice: honoring your sleep. Yes, aging brings challenges, but it does not mean surrender. It does not mean living in decline. It means being wiser, more intentional, more protective of the gift of life you still carry. And tonight, as you lie down, you hold the key. You decide whether sleep will be shallow or restorative, harmful or healing. So let me leave you with this truth: sleep is not rest, it is repair. Protect it, and it will protect you. Respect it, and it will restore you. Nurture it, and it will give you back years of strength. Seniors, the night is not the end of your day, it is the beginning of your healing. What you choose tonight can change the way you live tomorrow.